I'm using our vacation fund to bail my ex out of jail. You'll understand later. That one text message changed everything. I stared at my phone, reading it again and again, waiting for the punchline that never came. My heart started pounding so hard it hurt. I typed back, "You're joking, right?" No reply. I called her 3 times, straight to voicemail. My girlfriend Jenna and I had been together 3 years. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or so I thought. We'd spent months saving for a dream trip to Greece. Every extra shift, every weekend in instead of out, it was all for that vacation, our someday promise. And now she was giving it away to the one person she swore she never wanted to see again, her ex, Mark. I sat there, the phone screen glowing in the dark living room, wondering how everything could collapse in a single message. When she finally walked through the door an hour later, I could barely look at her. "Jenna," I said quietly, "tell me you didn't." She sighed, tossing her purse onto the couch. "Alex, please don't start, it's not what you think." "What I think?" I snapped. "You just told me you used our money to bail your ex out of jail. What else am I supposed to think?" She crossed her arms. "He was in trouble, he called me, nobody else would help, I couldn't let him rot there." "You could have called me," I said. "You should have." Her eyes welled up. "I didn't want you to see me as heartless. He's sick, Alex, he needs help." Sick help? My stomach twisted. "He needed consequences, Jenna, not my money." She flinched, then muttered, "Our money." That one correction felt like a knife twist. The rest of the night we barely spoke. She went to bed. I sat there, scrolling through our savings account, every dollar we'd built together gone. The next morning, I woke up to her humming in the kitchen like nothing had happened. "Coffee?" she asked, too cheerful. "No thanks, I'm still digesting the fact that you gave our vacation fund to a criminal." "Don't say it like that," she said, frowning. "He's not a criminal, he just made mistakes." "Yeah, mistakes don't usually come with mugshots." She slammed the mug down. "You don't get it, he was part of my life before you, he's complicated." "So am I said sharply, "but I don't drain our savings to help an ex." She stared at me silent, and in that silence I realized something. She wasn't sorry, she was defensive. Something in me broke that morning. Over the next week, Jenna acted strange. Late-night phone calls, whispered conversations on the balcony, hiding her phone when I walked in. "Who keeps calling?" I asked one night. "Work stuff," she said quickly. "Since when does your boss call at midnight?" She glared at me. "You're paranoid." Maybe I was, or maybe I just finally saw who she really was. A few days later, she told me she was driving out of town to check on a friend. She didn't say which friend, I didn't ask, but my gut already knew. Hours passed, no messages. Around 2 a.m. I got a text, "Don't wait up, I'll be home tomorrow." I couldn't sleep. I opened her laptop, still on the kitchen counter. It wasn't locked. Messages popped up from someone named M. "M, you really came through for me, couldn't have done this without you." "Jenna, don't worry, I always have your back." "M, you're an angel, missed you more than I thought." "Jenna, stop, you're gonna make me blush." My stomach dropped. It wasn't just sympathy, it was emotional cheating, maybe worse. That night, sitting in the glow of that laptop screen, I realized she hadn't just betrayed my trust, she'd betrayed us. I didn't yell, I didn't confront her, not yet. I wanted to know how deep this went. So I waited. I smiled when she came home, pretending everything was fine. She thought she'd fooled me. But I had a plan. That week, I quietly checked our joint account again. She'd transferred another $1,200. The note said, "Emergency repayment for a friend." I called the bank to trace it. It went to a bail bonds agency under Mark R. That was it, the final confirmation. When she came home that night, humming again like nothing was wrong, I said casually, "Hey, did you ever get that refund from the travel agency?" She froze mid-step. Not yet, why?" "Just curious," I said, smiling. "I was thinking we could use that money to buy something else." Her voice faltered. "I'll check tomorrow." She thought she was clever, she was. I'd already started collecting evidence, screenshots, call logs, bank statements. I didn't know exactly what I'd do with them yet, but I knew this: if she wanted to play games, I'd win. Because I wasn't going to lose everything I'd worked for to someone else's lie. When she left again the next weekend to help her mom, I followed her. Not in a movie-style stalker way, just one careful drive, keeping distance. She turned off the highway into a rundown neighborhood I'd never seen before, parked in front of a cheap motel. I watched from across the street. 10 minutes later, Mark stepped out, tall, tattooed, grinning, and then she appeared, walking right into his arms. I don't even know how long I sat there watching her hug the man she'd sworn she hated. My chest felt like it was on fire. I drove home in silence, planning every move for what would come next. Because if she wanted to betray me in secret, she was about to learn what quiet revenge looks like. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them, her arms around him, his hand on her back, her smile that used to belong to me. By sunrise, the shock had faded. What replaced it was cold clarity. I wasn't going to scream, beg, or cry. No, Jenna wanted to play smart, I'd play smarter. The first thing I did was back up everything. Screenshots of her messages, bank transfers, call logs, and that photo I took from my car outside the motel. She thought she was being careful, but every digital step leaves footprints. Next, I called my friend Daniel, who worked in cybersecurity. "Hey man," I said, trying to sound casual, "can you help me trace a few emails?" He hesitated. Should I ask why? Let's just say I'm being lied to. By the next evening, Daniel had everything. "Bro, you're not gonna like this," he said, forwarding the files. She's been emailing him since before he got arrested, and some of those emails aren't just friendly. I opened them. "Jenna, you have no idea how much I still think about you." "Mark, I think about you every night. I wish we could start over." "Jenna, maybe we can, once things calm down." My hands shook. I'd been living with a ghost of loyalty. She'd already gone back long before that text about bail money. That night she came home late again. "Traffic," she said. "Rough night?" I asked, without looking up from my laptop. "Yeah," she said quickly, heading to the shower. I waited, then walked to her purse on the counter. Inside, receipts, gas, a cheap diner, and a $60 motel charge. I almost laughed. People really do tell on themselves without saying a word. But I didn't confront her yet. I wanted her to dig her own grave a little deeper. Over the next few days, I played along perfectly. I smiled, cooked dinner, even kissed her goodbye before work. Every move she made, I noted. Every lie she told, I filed away. And then came the perfect opportunity. We had a small group of friends. We hung out with two couples who'd always admired how stable Jenna and I were. One Friday, Jenna suggested we host dinner. "We need something normal," she said sweetly. "Yeah," I said, smiling, "let's make it unforgettable." And it was. Halfway through dinner, while everyone was laughing and eating, I said casually, "Oh hey, Jenna, remember that funny story about your friend Mark? You know, the one you bailed out with our vacation fund?" The room went dead silent. Forks froze midair. Her face drained of color. "Alex, not now." "Oh, why not?" I said innocently. "Everyone loves a good redemption story." Our friend Lauren frowned. "Wait, you used your vacation fund to bail out your ex?" Jenna stammered, "It's not what it sounds like." I leaned back, sipping my drink. "You're right, it's worse." She shot me a look of pure panic. "Can we please talk privately?" "Sure," I said, standing up, "but before that, maybe everyone should see this." I tapped my phone. The TV behind us lit up, screen mirroring from my gallery. A photo appeared, Jenna and Mark hugging outside the motel. A collective gasp filled the room. Lauren's boyfriend muttered, "Damn." Jenna lunged for the remote. "Alex, stop it." "No," I said, my voice calm but ice cold. "You stop lying." Tears filled her eyes. "Alex, please, I can explain." "Explain what?" "That you emptied our savings, that you called him your mistake but still meet him behind motels, or that you've been planning to start over with him while I'm paying the bills." She started crying, muttering something about feeling confused and not meaning to hurt me. I looked at her, and for the first time I didn't feel heartbreak, I felt pity. "You didn't just lose my trust, Jenna, you lost my respect, and you'll never get it back." Then I walked out, left her standing there in front of our friends, sobbing, humiliated, exposed. I didn't look back. For the next few days she blew up my phone, calls, texts, voice notes. "Alex, please, you made it so public. I'm sorry I messed up. We can fix this. Please answer me." I didn't reply. She even showed up at my work once. My coworker came in and whispered, there's a woman crying in the lobby saying she needs to see you. I didn't move. Tell her Alex doesn't exist anymore. That night, I packed the rest of my things and left for good. But karma wasn't done with her yet. A week later, Daniel texted me, "Bro, check this out." He sent me a screenshot, a local forum post about Mark. Apparently, after Jenna bailated him out, he disappeared again, this time with her money. The bail company was after her for skipping terms. She was financially responsible for the full bond, over $15,000. I didn't feel joy, I didn't laugh, but deep inside there was satisfaction. The universe had a way of balancing things. A few days later, she texted me again. "I lost my job, they found out about the fraud, I don't know what to do." I read it, locked my phone, and went back to work. Sometimes silence is the best revenge. Weeks passed, friends started reaching out saying Jenna had moved back with her parents, that she was trying to get her life together. I wished her no harm, but I didn't miss her either. Because the truth was, I wasn't angry anymore, just free. A month passed before I saw Jenna again. I was grabbing coffee downtown one morning when I heard a familiar voice behind me at the counter. Soft, shaky, but unmistakable. "Alex." I turned slowly. She looked different, not the confident, put-together woman I'd loved. She looked tired, pale, broken. Her hair was messy, eyes red like she hadn't slept in days. "Hey," I said quietly. She tried to smile, but it came out as a tremble. "Can we talk?" I hesitated, then nodded. We sat outside. She clasped her hands. "I'm not gonna make excuses, I know I ruined everything, you were good to me, better than I deserved." I didn't say anything. She sighed. "After you left, Mark took everything. The bail company came after me, my job found out, and well, you probably heard." "I did," I said. She swallowed hard. "He blocked me, disappeared. I thought I was helping him, but I was just being used." A bitter laugh slipped out of me. "Yeah, that's what I tried to tell you." She nodded, eyes filling with tears. "I know, you were right about everything, I just didn't want to believe that someone I cared about could be that cruel. I thought I could fix him." "People like that don't want to be fixed," I said. "They just want someone new to fall for their same old lies." She stared down at her hands, "And now I'm the one paying for it." There was a long silence between us. Cars passed, people chatted nearby, but we just sat there, two people who used to be everything to each other, now strangers connected only by a lesson too painful to forget. Finally she said, "I'm sorry, Alex, for all of it." "I know," I said, "but some things can't be undone." I stood up. She didn't try to stop me this time. As I walked away, she whispered, barely audible, "I hope you find someone who deserves you." I didn't turn around, I just kept walking. Weeks turned into months, life moved on. I focused on work, hit the gym again, spent weekends with friends I hadn't seen in forever. Slowly, that ache in my chest started to fade. One evening, my buddy Daniel called. "Bro, you remember that guy Mark?" "Yeah, what about him?" "He's back in jail, this time for fraud. Guess he tried the same scam with someone else." I actually laughed. Guess karma didn't skip him either. Daniel chuckled. "The universe has a sense of humor, man." "Yeah," I said, smiling faintly, "it really does." Months later, I booked a trip solo, not Greece this time, Bali, the same destination Jenna and I had dreamed of, but this time it was just me. The first night there, standing on the beach, I thought about everything that had happened, the betrayal, the anger, the revenge, and then I realized something. It wasn't just about her anymore, it was about me, about learning what kind of love I truly deserved. See, when someone betrays you, it's easy to think you lost, that you wasted time, energy, trust, but the truth is you didn't lose, you learned. You learned how strong you are, you learned what love is, and you learned how to rebuild from the ashes without letting the fire burn you twice. People like Jenna and Mark, they'll always exist. Users, manipulators, emotional liars, but if you stand firm in who you are, they can't destroy you, they can only expose themselves. I met someone new eventually, not right away, it took time. She's kind, grounded, honest. The kind of woman who doesn't need to be saved and doesn't try to save broken people. She just builds with me, brick by brick, with trust that doesn't come with fine print. And that's the thing no betrayal can take from you, the ability to start over stronger. So if you're listening to this right now and you've ever been used, betrayed, or made to feel like you weren't enough, remember this. You are enough, you were just giving the wrong person everything they never deserved. Let them go, let karma handle the rest, and when it does, and it will, don't gloat, don't chase, don't even respond. Just smile, move forward, and live so peacefully that it kills them inside to see what they lost. Because the best revenge is never payback, it's peace, it's success, it's waking up one day realizing you're finally free. So yeah, my girlfriend once texted me she was using our vacation fund to bail her ex out of jail. And for a while I thought that text destroyed me. But looking back now, it was the best message I ever got. Because that text didn't just end a relationship, it started my life. If this story hit you, share it with someone who needs that reminder. Comment below what was your wake-up call moment, and remember, don't chase closure, become it.